I don't have preferences on framework, but I do have preferences on the delivery. If you cannot articulate clearly, you shouldn't go too fast because I cannot catch up if you speak like at really high speed and I don't know what you're saying. So make your point as clearly as you can. And I would prefer you know, develop on one point very clearly rather than giving me 10 points and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple as where I live.
Okay.
As simply as possible. It's a mission to get anything around here. You have to run for that? So they're going, there's no open cross, they're going to be as simple as possible.
Yes.
And
you can tell them your preference. You just ask.
Yes. Okay.
can you get one?
You don't have one.
No, I was late.
I didn't.
You left it.
Yeah, I left it in 3:05. So.
I left it there, but they were.
I was late. I was. Your name again? I'm so sorry.
Kelly.
I was telling Kelly how I got tossed around in this maze of part of the city. I kind of, the thing is though, now I want to like walk around. I want to like learn it.
But it's a maze. You
No,
cannot find your way back.
Yeah, no, I'll probably get home on Monday.
Just a reminder, you should also keep your time.
Yes, please.
Yes, we will not remind you. We'll just say time and then that's it.
You want that? You guys want me to take?
I can do the time.
Yeah?
Okay. And even when I say time, you can finish your sentence. Just don't go, you know, overrunning too much.
Sprint runner. Yeah, I think I might do it. I have like an hour. Just walk around until I find myself at the MRT.
So you don't live nearby.
No, I do not. You couldn't tell?
Well, who knows?
Couldn't tell. It's near the orange line. So that's 2 trains to get here.
Yeah, why?
I came from the orange line as well.
I got so lost, I had to take a cab back.
I missed the bus. That's why I took the cab as well.
But then he
Because
was on time.
otherwise,
You were
I would have arrived here like very late. But
I was I rolled the dice.
Are you ready? You have to.
While the idea of universal basic income may seem appealing to the surveys, we believe that its implementation in Taiwan would not be a wise decision. The cost of implementing such a program would be too high, and the benefits would not be substantial enough to justify those costs. First of all, according to a Taiwanese government budget, the total expenditure in 2020 is projected to be around new Taiwanese dollars 3.1 trillion. Implementing a UBI program in Taiwan would cost at least new Taiwanese dollar 2.2 trillion dollars, which is equivalent to more than 70% of the government's total expenditure. This is simply not sustainable cost for the government, and it would have to either cut out other essential services or raise taxes to pay for it. Such a massive burden on the government's budget would not only hurt the government but also adverse effects on the economy as whole. Our second argument is that UBI may not address the root cause of poverty in Taiwan. While poverty is undoubtedly a problem that needs to be addressed, UBI may not be the most effective way to do it. Taiwan's poverty rate has been declining over the years, and the government has already implemented several policies and alleviated the poverty. One example is the workfare program, which provides financial incentives for people to work. By contrast, UBI will lead to disincentive for people to work, or even lead to inflation in a country like Taiwan, where labor shortages are already significant issues. UBI could exacerbate this problem. Our third argument is that UBI may not be effective in reducing income inequality. While the idea of giving everyone the same amount of money regardless of their income level may sound appealing, it could actually widen the income gap. The wealthy will receive the same amount of money as the poor people. And in turn, they may use that money and invest and generate even more income. The poor, on the other hand, may use the money to fulfill their basic needs and not have resources to generate more income. This could create a vicious cycle of income inequality rather than reduce it. So to sum up the statement I've been stating so far, while the idea of UBI may seem to be appealing, its implementation in Taiwan will not be a wise decision. The cost will be too high and benefits will not be substantial enough to justify those costs. Taiwan already has policies in place to help with those poverty problems, and UBI may not address the root causes of poverty in the country. Accordingly, UBI may not be very effective in reducing income inequality and could even exacerbate or widen the gap between rich people and poor people. For those reasons, we think that UBI is not very beneficial to Taiwan's economy and to solve the problem of poverty. We urge you to vote against the implementation of UBI in Taiwan. Thank you.
Is everyone ready? Okay. So speech starts in 3, 2, 1, go. UBI gives money to everyone, regardless of their race, class, job occupation, etc. The current system we have of welfare is washed down and incentivizes the extremely poor to stay under the welfare line in order to receive the meager benefit it offers. This is why we affirm the plan. Taiwan should implement UBI through taxation and anticipation. This means that when we first tell the citizens and businesses that we're going to implement UBI, they will anticipate the raising taxes. Business will increase in supply beforehand so that demand afterward will be met. The taxes will fund UBI and also narrow the wealth disparity in Taiwan. Contention 1 is poverty benefits. Subpoint 8 is welfare trap. Even more so, the poor people who are in welfare don't have any incentive to get out of poverty anyway. Horst Meyer in 17 says that targeted welfare takes away the poor's freedom to increase their labor hours because they will lose their welfare benefits once they cross the poverty line. Targeted welfare inevitably creates a complex system that traps the poor in poverty. Subpoint B is safety net success. With UBI, it creates a trust and safety net that you can always fall back on. You're ensured that you will always have a source of money coming in, and that allows you to take more risks. You can take better jobs. This is why Roosevelt Institute in 17 says the full UBI would grow the economy by 12% by circulating the economy. UBI has already been proving successful with the example of Alaska. Berman in 16 says that Alaska's UBI lifts 25% more people out of poverty. Subpoint C is generational improvement. Laprowski in 17 also states that UBI in native communities drastically lowered children's behavioral issues, drug addiction, crime, while increasing their time in school. It did not harm labor participation. The impact on crime was just as profound. A 4,000 increase in household income reduced the poorest kids' chance of committing a minor crime by 22%. Contention 2 is health. Our subpoint 8 is mental health. Dr. Smith states that UBI solves the 4 social triggers for mental health issues. UBI uniquely reduces the social isolation and inequality experienced by the poor because it eliminates demeaning and complicated bureaucracy, and it is provided universally. Since basic income is provided for life, it gives a floor for social and emotional growth. Unlike means-tested programs that produce anxiety. Persons with insecure income experience alleviated risk of morbidity and stress. And mental health can be improved by incoming benefits. In an unconditional cash transfer experiment in Malawi, schoolgirls were 38% less likely to suffer psychological distress. Also,